Hi everyone, prepare your black hole, I mean your mind, because this video will be very condensed, very NITE, very INTG. These are just pattern, neutral perception and experiences without value judgment that may not be experienced by all INTJ and possibly correspond more to the INTJ Enneagram 5 and maybe some other personality type can identify themselves. We have NI as dominant function, we are guided by ourselves and only by ourselves, by our own will. We may have doubt, be suspicious, how to trust people and what we see. We have to investigate, search, connect the information to understand and know what is behind, what is hidden, the why to be certain, to trust, to take decision, to move forward. We have to trust ourselves, guided by our intuition, our own mind, our ideas, our vision, and it is not always easy to know and to follow our best idea or vision. Also, it is not always easy to determine and to follow our first intuition. At the extreme, we are detached from the physical surface layer of the reality and from people. We are detached physically and emotionally from everything. But we connect with the essence of things, people and living beings. We can be surrounded by a lot of people, or even more people they are, more lonely we feel, because we feel so different than them. We have a different way of communicate, different functioning, different perception, different way of thinking or feeling our world. Physical reality seems fake. We learn differently by our own. We are self-taught. No one can help us to learn. We do things our own way. We think that we can help everyone and that no one can help us. We are animals. The intuition is the survival instinct. We are always on our guard, born with an extra level of awareness, very observant. We are always on this survival mode, noticing what's wrong, what is off, the problem, error in things, people and situation, tracking the problem and inconsistencies that we feel responsible to solve. Always trying to calculate, predict what happens in the future, preventing the problem to happen or avoiding them, trying to protect, save our life or the lives of others. We could say our extra level of awareness or intuition may save our life or the life of others who are not aware of what they do, who don't think of the future possible consequence of their action. For the NIDOM, INFJ, INTJ, or any other intuitive personality type who don't know MBTI and the cognitive function, they don't know they function with intuition, they even don't know what really is intuition and how it works, and that they use it, do it constantly, unconsciously, naturally. They may experience strange experiences they cannot explain or find it weird. They don't know that they experience life at a deeper, essential, unconscious, metapsychic level. They don't know that they perceive the life and the world differently than most people. We are on our own, we may feel radically different from others, and we cannot find why until the day we discover MBTI and our neurological condition or other knowledge system about personality and functioning. Discovering MBTI and our personality type functioning is a relief for us. It's like a validation of ourselves that it is okay to operate like we do, that there is nothing to change, we don't have to conform society anymore, we can finally be ourselves, be weird, that it is just the intuition. We all know that we function with a physical body, that we think and feel, but probably few know that we also function with intuition and the etheric psychic body. When we become more aware, when we are more connected to ourselves, to our true nature, essence, soul, we are connected to the deep, metapsychical layer of reality, with life on a deeper level, with the essence. We may be helped and guided by the universe, by the metapsychical layer of the reality, the unconscious layer, by the sign synchronicity that we try to interpret with our sixth sense or intuition. The signs, they guide us, help us to take decisions, give us motivation, support us, give us hope and happiness, make us feel less lonely. Connecting with people is hard. Majority of people connect and communicate in surface, and NI we connect with the essence, with the depth. NI is the rarest function to have as dominant function. INFJ, INTJ, we are 3.6% of the population, and with the NJ, ENTJ and ENFJ, we are 7% of the population to have NI in our first two functions. It is hard to find people who talk the same language as us and who can really understand us. Because we have NI as dominant function, we say what we mean what we say, we take time to think to the best word to use, to not be misinterpreted, we explain in a very neutral, logical way, oriented on the thing and fact, but there is always people who misinterpret what we say or write. They say that we are negative, that we complain, or that we try, whereas we don't. We share empty information without value judgment or intuitive perception and thinking explanation are not something good bad, not positive negative, but neutral. We share our intuitive perception and people interpret it as judgment. They try to see the logic T in it or see it as something bad as a F, judgment, or intuitive perception are similar to the sensing perception. It is what we simply perceive without judgment. There is no thinking in it, no logic in it, no right wrong, and no feeling in it, no value, no good bad. We just share our perception in a neutral, detached way, and for NRM5 in an objective way. People may complain, INTJ don't talk or write, or that we are too quiet. It is because people always misinterpret what we say or assume wrong things about us. Our outside physical appearance don't reflect our inside, and often or always people assume wrong things about us. They judge the surface, but we are not our body. Our true nature is our soul, what there is inside, not the image we project. We are so used to be misunderstood that we make effort, we spend time and energy in our SE inferior function to choose carefully our word, and mainly we don't do it for ourselves, we do it for others, to be sure they understand and don't misinterpret what we say. We may even repeat ourselves twice or more to be sure others understood well, that is enter well in their mind. And even by doing that, by providing clarification and precise detail, people try to interpret it, to see something else, whereas there is nothing to interpret. Everything is here and is clear like the water. We give everything, everything is here. There is no need to search something else or somewhere else. We say the truth, we don't lie, but people don't believe us, they don't trust us, they say we lie, whereas we say the truth. And after, when someone else tells them the same thing, they believe this person. Certain people are so used to lying, it seems normal for them, and because they are neurotypical, they think everyone think and function like them, so they think everyone lie, whereas it's wrong, not everyone lie. I am sorry to say, or not, that lying is not a social skill. It is a lack of honesty, authenticity and respect toward others and themselves. People don't trust the INTJ, whereas they should trust us. They trust others, whereas they shouldn't because they lie. It is so normal in society to lie that at the end no one trusts anyone. And the one who lie think others do like them, so they think everyone lie, whereas it is not the case. Not everyone lie. We may feel or think that our own family are strangers, we don't connect with them, we don't trust them, they don't let us to be ourselves, they don't believe us, force us to be and do like the majority, to conform, to operate differently than our natural functioning. They don't understand us and in same time, they don't make effort to understand us, don't want to understand us, don't listen to us. Like everyone, we want to be accepted for our true nature, listened and understood, but it is rarely the case, so we feel even more lonely. For most of us, or maybe all INTJ, we give up trying to explain ourselves to be understood. We know by experience we will not spend our time and energy if in advance we know that they will not understand us. We may have difficulty to trust people, we guess their intention, understand their behavior naturally without effort. We are lie detectors, people can do and say what they want. We know when something is wrong, we even notice when the behavior of people is not natural or unusual. When people say incorrect things, make wrong association and assumption, we may be angry and frustrated inside. We want to say to people that what they say is wrong, but we don't say it because we don't want to create conflict or hurt them. We cannot stand inconsistencies and lies because that's what creates problems afterwards. If an INTJ talks to you, consider you lucky, that means they appreciate you and trust you. When we are quiet, people want us to talk, and when we talk, people want us to shut up. What we are supposed to do? It just torture our soul. Also, we may like torture ourselves, we prefer understand by ourselves, do by ourselves, than to ask to other people. In same time, our own way to do things is the most efficient, take less time, energy and money. Our mind runs faster than our body that lag behind. Like other intuitive dominant, we may talk too fast or too slow, slurp our words, forget a word, repeat ourselves, lost our train of thought, have a blank. We may scare people or make them angry by talking about things that are essential, existential, is completely normal for us, like philosophy, psychology, living being, dark things like the death, especially Enneagram 5. People can say we don't listen, whereas we listen carefully, and then they don't listen to us when we talk. People think we argue, debate, complain, or that we are never happy, whereas we just explain in a neutral, factual, and logical way without emotion. Our way of communicating may surprise others, but it is normal for us to be direct, straight to the point, honest, not wasting our time and energy with useless detail. With other NIDOM, we may not speak for months or years and talk again as if time had not passed. And even to NI to INTJ can be very different, communicate differently, learn differently, do things differently. Connecting with another NI is hit or miss. If two INTJ don't have the same knowledge pattern, the same level of awareness or interest, they may not connect. When we try to connect to people, generally it connects because with NI we adapt easily to people, but only in surface. And it's not enough for us, we need deeper connection. We try to resonate people, we want them to be better person and improve their mind, their way of thinking, but it is impossible, most of people don't want to improve. And we have to accept that. It is difficult to resonate them, or simply difficult to talk to them, to have a real and deep conversation with them. They just don't listen, or they just listen in surface, they don't listen as deeply as us. They don't really understand, in same time, they are not programmed or wired to understand on a deeper level. Sometimes, or rather often, I have the impression people have lost their ability to listen and to read. surely because they have lost their soul, their life force in the TV and social media, brainwashed by society, becoming robot, NPC or zombie. We imagine ourselves at the place of others, we think to everything in the place of others, we do the job in our mind for them, we think for them, we like torture our mind for them to simplify everything. We provide the best solution, the most efficient, that will solve their problem, and people don't use it, and after they will complain, they still have the same problem. Having an eye is strange to being born mature and wise. We have the impression we already have seen everything, experienced everything, almost nothing surprises us or shocks us, because we already have seen the same pattern happen before. We may be rarely surprised or shocked, because we guess or imagine the cause and consequences of event, understand how and why it happened. We already have seen the same pattern before. Being an anidom is having sometimes or always the impression that we have to educate people to have the right behavior. And when we are child, we may find the adult and our parents stupid, that we have to educate them. For us, we look at parent, adult, everyone in a normal way, but they may not appreciate, they think we will kill them, that we don't like them. They are scared of us, surely because they think or feel we stare into their soul, which is true because we see people for their essence, for who they truly are, if they are a good person or not, reliable or not. Our parents may say, "Don't watch me like this," and us we don't understand why we cannot control the ancestor. They want us to talk more, to express ourselves, but when we express ourselves or explain something, people don't listen to us or tell us to shut up. They don't care. People don't believe us, whereas we say things which are coherent, true and make sense. The truth is in ourselves, in the unconscious. We naturally have respect for others, compassion, and we don't understand why not everyone is like this. We let others be themselves, and we don't understand why others don't do like us. They want us to be like everyone and to adapt. They want us to be someone we are not. They don't accept us as we are. They want us to smile more, but we cannot fake a smile. But when we smile, it is authentic, it is not a fake one. When we say important, serious thing, a truth, or things that really have a meaning for us, there is always a person to laugh at us, or mock at us, or ignore us. Even when we say nothing, we bother no one, we stay quiet, there is someone who laughs, mock, or joke about us, or bully us. Just exist and being here seems bother other people, as if they don't want us to exist, or that we don't have the right to be ourselves or to live. In the physical sensory world, since we are children, we know many types of persons, the one who don't pay attention to us and ignore us, even the teacher or parents, the one who notice and bully or bother us, just because we are here, exist and are calm. The one who have too much ego, and they want us to be like everyone else, to be like them and to fit society, no matter what we do, say or write, whether in the physical sensory world or abstract world on internet, there are always some people who don't want us to exist and who don't believe us. We bother no one, but during our life, we have met people who bother us or bully us for no reason. Just because we exist, it bothers people we are here and different. It seems that being quiet, wise and kind bothers certain people, it bothers them that we are different. When we share our eye or perception, the thing others don't notice or don't know, they may think we are crazy or stupid, they laugh about us or mock at us. But it is not because we don't see something that it doesn't exist. We don't see the energies and vibration, yet we know they exist. We embody our function stack, mainly Ni, and because the majority of the population have Ni low in their function stack, as trickster or demon function 7 or 8, when they are immature, when they don't have integrated this function in themselves, they treat the Ni DOM in the same way they treat their own Ni in themselves. They reject them, devalue them, repress them, don't want to see them, consider they don't exist, like their own Ni function. We are underestimated for the reason that Ni is the one that is most consistently devalued in contemporary Western culture. In short, they may don't like us for the only reason that we exist and that they don't accept their own Ni function in themselves. We may often feel unloved and not appreciated because we need the depth, and majority of people can only provide surface. We may need the same level of depth that we bring in return. It can be difficult for the other. People may say they like us or love us. We may not believe it. It is not enough for us. The behavior and action are more important for us. We may overlook the value of their claim. We may think that they don't know what they are saying, don't know what they are talking about. They may don't really mean it, think it, or feel it. We may be skeptical of love, that we don't deserve to be loved. We may have low self-esteem and imposter syndrome. We may think we don't deserve good things. We share few about ourselves. It seems strange for us that people can love someone by knowing few things about them. What people see of us at first view may not be who we really are. We show off us, what we want to share, like everyone. We need to feel understood to feel loved. We know when people are sincere or not. Our first function is what makes us happy, and therefore what makes us feel loved. Every personality type shows their love differently and feel loved in different ways. If we want to touch someone, if we want them to feel loved by us, it is better to focus on their first three functions. People may say to us, stop worrying, stop thinking, you create notes in your head. We cannot stop thinking. It is normal for us to worry. When we have intuition, we think to everything, all possibilities, point of view, consequences, and of course we create notes in our head. It is what NI does, connect, link the information together. At school and at work, we may have been bullied, mocked, criticized, rejected, ignored for being the way we are, for being different. Just because we exist, it bothers people. Whereas us, we say nothing, we don't judge or criticize others, we don't talk negatively about other person, we have FE as blind spot function. I never understood why people are nasty, criticize and judge others, but I understood later it is because I have Asperger syndrome. It is why I don't judge or criticize people. Because my brain, my neurodivergent brain, don't judge other people. That criticize and judge is really what human does. And I don't have a human brain. We may be often underestimated, not believed, not trust, even by persons close to us who say we cannot do this or that thing. Don't challenge the INTJ because we can do things and better than you in a unique and more efficient way. We may don't understand why we need certification, diploma for most of jobs. We learn by imitation or we learn by ourselves. We already have natural capacities and tools inside us, our cognitive function. We can learn everything if we put our heart, time and energy into it. We may don't understand why at school we learn the exact same thing for 3 or 4 years and why we don't learn the essential existential things that really help in life. We could have been forced to be, act, do, learn like others in the SI way. whereas we really function differently, think differently, learn our own way, do things our own way, we feel different and feel the need to always do things differently than others, and we like being different. We may have been forced to use SE and FE, functions that are not our natural functioning, take a lot of energy and may be stressful. We may have been traumatized by it to socialize, whereas we may not be interested by it. We are more comfortable alone. However, we prefer socialize with NITE or to go outside, whereas it is overwhelming, take our energy quickly. Deep inside us, we know and feel really different from others. We don't feel human. We feel less human or more human than others in sometimes, at least for the neurodivergent. No matter the neurological condition, the multipotential, which is the other name of the giftedness, Asperger, autism spectrum, ADHD or other, they all bring issues, they all have positive and negative sides, the positive and negative always come together. We feel limited by our body, we may want to do so much things, we would like a more efficient body, stronger, with more energy, or to have clone to accomplish everything we want. I don't know for other INTJ, but me, I always feel tired, no energy during the day, and more energy during the night. We may feel limited in terms of time, energy and capacity. We may want more TESE energy, at least for the INTJ Enneagram 5. We may feel like walking paradoxes. We see or imagine all point of view possibilities, but those paradoxes make perfectly sense, at least for us. We may not be interested by the thing the majority do and like. We need depth, meaning, learning, intellectual challenges to fulfill our NI, to be happy, to do something, to create, to work on something. We need to feel useful. What makes the majority happy at the reverse may make us feel sad, empty and depressed. In short, what makes SIFE happy, the majority of the population, make NITE sad and depressed, and at the reverse, what makes NITE happy makes SIFE depressed, the majority of the population. We love to be alone, but we may also feel lonely. We need to be alone most of the time. It's essential for us to be functional and happy, but most of people don't understand it. Many things in society seem useless for us. Everything could be more simple, optimized, take less time and energy. For us, we are simple. Others find us complicated. For others, they are simple and we find them complicated. The truth is the INTJ, we have complex brain. We like and are at ease in complex things, but we want a simple life, optimizing our life. We are a little paradoxal. We have a complex brain, we like complex things, but we enjoy to simplify everything. Sort of like INTJ, we are complex inside and simple outside, and the majority of people are simple inside and complex outside. Our body is like a cage. Express what we feel may be very difficult. Using FE or function 7, the trickster, the blind spot, is like trying to break a brick wall with the hands. Paradoxically, we may feel more human than the majority and less human in sometimes. Our FI third function can make us hypersensitive or not sensitive at all when we are in our TE. We feel very deep, but it is super difficult for us to express our emotion in an FE or SE way like the majority of people. We generally show our love and affection in our own way with NITE, with action, by doing things for others, helping them, creating something unique, art, drawing, painting, object, poem, music or singing. We can put our feeling and meaning, attention into our creation. There is a lot of feeling inside us, but they are stuck inside. They are between four walls without doors. We may have difficulty to express what we want or need, FE. We take action directly, TE. Most of the time we feel neutral or nothing, but when we feel the entire feeling deeply. We feel many things in the same time, even if those feelings are the opposite. With all the seeking type, it is not because we don't express feeling and that we have a cold or expressionless face that we don't have feeling and that we cannot be hurt. INTJ, because of NIFI, we feel intensely, we may be deeply hurt, even we don't show it, in the same time it is difficult to show it. With FE as function 7, the trickster blind spot. We are self-taught, we learn by ourselves by observing, analyze the detail and connect this detail, this information to understand how the thing works. By connecting the element, information, data together, by finding the pattern in common, we understand and the dot connect. If we learn something like the majority, just by copying, by imitation, if we don't understand what we do or learn, if we don't know why we do it or the end goals, there is high chance we get stuck, don't understand and do nothing, don't take action. It is crucial for us to know the why. We think we are smart and stupid, we learn and understand differently, and I can be slow if and I don't find the pattern in common between the new information on the external world and the old information already here in their internal world, and I don't understand, it cannot progress, and I is not happy or frustrated, and it has to take time to build, create a new pattern or concept. In this case, we feel stupid, we lag behind others because they understood and us not. NI is fast when we find the pattern in the new information, because we already have the pattern in mind. In this case, we understand fast, we don't feel any more intelligent, we just find it boring, because it is too easy, the pattern is already known, and we learn nothing new. We function in reverse, we need to know the end goal, the objective first. It is essential for us to know the why, otherwise we may feel stuck and don't move, don't take action. If we don't have the why, the end goal, we cannot start, and if we don't have all the detail, if one detail is missing, we may be completely lost, feel stupid, don't understand. We begin by the end, we are built in reverse, we are also born in reverse, we are mature and wise when we are child, and we become child when we grow older. We may understand and know things others don't, and others may not believe us, laugh at us, find us stupid, whereas it is the reverse, because we know things they don't know, and I understand by themselves, they create new knowledge. It's just we have another functioning, another intelligence, a rarest intelligence, the intuition and I. People may think we know nothing and that we are naive, whereas we may know more, we guess everything, understand more things, we notice patterns, we see what is hidden or behind. We see the things that they don't notice. Being an anidom and FE trickster, be one of the rarest psychological type, and having the rarest function as first function, we may know when something is wrong or off in a situation or person, if someone have bad intention, can be trusted or not, and other people may not believe us and ask us, how do you know this person lied? And we cannot really explain that. It is natural for us to analyze and understand people's behavior, that we connect the detail, recognize the pattern of behavior. Or that we notice when the behavior of a person shifts, it is not their natural behavior functioning. The behavior never lies, the unconscious behavior say everything. Because of NI and our pattern recognition in people's behavior, we may have difficulty to trust people. NI takes energy because it never stops, and SE drains our energy because it has low capacity. We may not be able to think and to process information anymore, When there is noise, too much light, too much people, or things moving, we may be overloaded, overwhelmed. Having choice or too much choice may create stress, anxiety, hard to take decisions. NI is always on guard to observe, to predict the next move or event. It is a survival instinct by default, and it is our role. We notice the problem, and if they are not solved, it bothers us. It stays in our mind. For us, NITE, it's we have to, and we can be frustrated. Our mind is insane, and I never stop working. It constantly updates. It happens a lot inside us, constantly thinking or visualize. People may think we are lazy and do nothing, but inside we constantly work. Our brain mind never stop, work faster, process and update, refresh faster. We receive and treat more information. We may have trouble to find sleep. We are super calm on the outside, but inside it's insane. We non-stop working, organizing information. It's eating up like a volcano, maybe more like a dormant volcano. We have SE as inferior function. This function 4 is what makes all personality stress or anxious. That means the concrete reality right now stress us, make us anxious constantly. We may be constantly drained, tired by the physical reality. When there is too much physical thing, light, noise, people, smell, we cannot function correctly. When too much SE, we cannot NI. NI, we function at our best without sensory stimuli. We may function better and may be more productive, efficient at night. We may have issues with spatial awareness, not being aware what we do with our body, not knowing ourselves, having high pain tolerance. We may be constantly tired because on a side NI never stops, that creates nervous fatigue. On the other side, the low capacity of SE makes us constantly physically tired. If we use FE, we cannot use TE. If we spend time on Discord, for example, or any other place chatting, if we learn nothing new, nothing meaningful, nothing useful, or things that are not aligned with ourselves, we may feel empty, not fulfilled, not happy, sad, depressed, because it doesn't fulfill our first two functions, NITE, responsible for our happiness. If we FE socialize, we cannot TE work, we don't achieve, create, build, repair, or solve the thing. And when we do nothing TE productive, we are disappointed by ourselves, FI. If we talk to people, we don't work on our project, it may be difficult to speak and do something correctly in sometimes. If we socialize, it has to be a person who helps us with our goal, NI, who work with us or help us in a practical way, TE, or people we really value and like, FI, or are meaningful, important to us, NI. Don't socialize if it doesn't serve your goal, if it brings nothing essential, NI, good, FI, or useful TE to you. If we FE talk, we don't TE take action. If we express feeling, FE, we cannot take action or get things done, TE. Being an INTJ feels like we have been dropped off on this planet by mistake, a world that's not made for us. We perceive what others do not see. We have to solve all the problems, improve everything, rebuild this inefficient world, which is not suitable to everyone, and educate people. If you are still here at the end of the video, I am proud of you, you are a survivor. If I missed something that makes life difficult for INTJ or other personality type, share it in the comment. It can help others because people like relate to each other, to know themselves, to feel less lonely and understood. Once we know we are INTJ, that we know the function, their position and how it works, life becomes easier when we do things in our own way, when we do what we want and enjoy ourselves. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.